It is now my privilege to introduce Suzanne Gretch. She's one of our very own specialists. Suzanne has taught jobs for Washington's graduates for the last 2 years at the New Tech Skills Center in Spokane. Prior to her current role, she spent 8 years as a middle and high school teacher. Through Jobs for Washington's graduates, she has developed a strong passion for college and career education. She focuses on helping her students find their passion and niche in the world and inspires them to responsibly pursue education. Her ambition is to lead students to successful, rewarding, and fulfilling careers. This summer, Suzanne was recognized by Jobs for America's graduates as an outstanding specialist. Please welcome Suzanne Gretch.
So coming from a traditional high school and a traditional high school teacher, I came into this job with the mindset at the very, very beginning 2 years ago that these students lacked the motivation to succeed academically. And I was very, very wrong about that. My students want to do well in school. They really, really do. However, some of their life circumstances inhibit that many times. It's very hard for them. This is a young man by the name of Nathan Simpson. I invited him here to come with me today, but he is currently working full-time and going to school full-time and just got his own apartment, so he couldn't take a day off. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about him anyway. And actually, if you look up on the screen, he is on the far left holding the chain there. He is a welder right now, so I'm going to share my story about Nathan here. I met Nathan when he was 18. He had previously dropped out of high school, and just like many families in the last 4 to 5 years, Nathan's family has struggled incredibly with economic hardship. This affected his school attendance. He was showing up to his regular high school less than half of the time. And when he did attend, he struggled academically and socially. He was feeling hopeless and discouraged, and at the end of his sophomore year, he dropped out of school. He fell into the wrong crowd, and by the time he re-enrolled in school, he had a criminal record. When I first started working with Nathan, he told me, I really want a job because I know I'm a hard worker, and it will help me feel like I belong somewhere, and that I'm doing something good for myself. So Nathan came to all of my classes. He worked diligently on his skills. He also enrolled in our welding technology program at the New Tech Skills Center in Spokane, and he had new goals for his life. His goal was that he was going to gain an apprenticeship as a journeyman welder and go on to become a welder from there. At the time, JWG Spokane had created a partnership with Spokane Workforce Development, and the goal was to place my students into paid internships. So I contacted local businesses that hire welders, and the one that was interested in working with me was Western States Steel, and they were willing to take Nathan on and employ him. After a few months, I went to do Nathan's employability skills review, and he was thriving. He was the model worker, and he was outperforming all the employees who were 10 years older than him and who had been working for Western States Steel for a lot longer than him. He was punctual, he was a good listener, he followed directions, and he had a positive attitude. So these are the skills that I teach in my classroom and that every specialist in here teaches in their classroom, and Nathan had successfully transferred them to the real world of work. In June of this last year, Western States Steel hired Nathan on at $10 an hour for 30 hours a week. He then, smartly, and with the advice from his career specialist, used his earnings to pay for a 6-week professional welding certification course. He now makes $15 an hour and works 40 hours a week.